So in this video, we're talking about how to organically turn your personal brand into an absolute weapon. And so I'm going to cover everything A to Z on putting out the right content, on converting your audience and everything like that. And so just to jump straight into it, what we're breaking down is the trust funnel, how to get 5 to 10 qualified calls per week without fully relying on ads. And so the whole point of this approach is not to say that ads don't work, but it's to say that there's better ways to do it where you can create higher quality leads. And so in the first place, what is the whole problem with ads? Like, why don't we want to just fully rely on ads? And so the reason is because coaches spend thousands on Facebook ads trying to book calls. And honestly, lead costs are higher than ever. And the quality is obviously dropping. If you're someone that's run ads before, you would know about the same struggle. And most coaches are losing a lot of money trying to make ads work. And, as I said, ads can be useful, but relying solely on them is a bit risky. It's a bit of a jump, and your lead quality is not going to be so great. So it's more of a headache. It's more money spent, and it's less of a long-term game. You're not building a real audience. You're just getting kind of quick hits on every single lead that comes through. And so that's why we're introducing in this video the trust funnel. So this new way of going about it to build, such a strong personal brand that it is almost magnetic in a way to bring in those high quality leads as long as you structure it the right way. And so just to give some background though on some real results from coaches using this approach, using this system, because it may seem a bit new to some people. An example is actually my client Dyson, who is a coaching client of mine. He does Amazon FBA. He teaches people how to also succeed like he has. And so before working with us, he was struggling to get those consistent leads. And after his booking consistent pre-sold prospects, just through the funnel and just through the brand that we have built. And when it comes to numbers, like what that looks like, it was a 30K jump from 30K a month revenue to 90K a month revenue in less than 2 months working with us. And we were not focusing on ads at that time. And so right now, or getting into it, it was just jumping into that organic content, putting out as much quality organic content as we could, building the strategy, getting on YouTube, getting on Instagram, keeping it consistent. That's really what that strategy consisted of. And so now, how does the trust funnel work? So basically, imagine if Netflix made a show about your coaching business, which might sound a bit weird, but just kind of imagine that really quick. People get to know you, right? Just like with Netflix, people get to know you, trust you, and naturally want to work with you, right? And so the trust funnel builds that trust using social media. And so using the resources given, using these platforms and the algorithms that are just resources for us, it's just benefiting and, leveraging that and doubling down on that superpower right there. And so now getting into the details of what it really looks like. The three key components of trust funnel are: number one, short form content for your reach. And so to cast this wide net in the first place, we use short form, right? High quality short form that's speaking to the right people and is really converting. So what this looks like is using platforms like Instagram primarily, TikTok, also YouTube Shorts to get in front of new potential clients in the first place. And so the common mistake that I see here is people posting random videos, random tips with no strategy at all. And so a lot of people are aware about how powerful organic content is, how, posting one reel, posting one TikTok, one YouTube short, people know what it can really do for your business. They've seen other people do it. And so a lot of people just tend to go into it kind of aimlessly, kind of like a headless chicken, just jumping in and thinking, this must work, right? It's kind of approaching it like a lottery system of some sort, where it's like, hopefully I get lucky with this. But if you engineer that success backwards and you actually build a real strategy, it becomes quite easier. And so instead, what we do is we create organic short form content that actually shows your expertise, addresses specific pain points of your prospects, and builds trust with potential buyers. And so that's the way of going about it, to actually engineer and guarantee that success, and actually at the end of the day have predictability with organic content, right? Because the entire argument against it is that there's no predictability. But if you engineer it in a way where every single piece of content moves someone closer to becoming a potential buyer, a potential client, it actually starts to work a lot better. And so example post breakdown: show expertise, solves a real problem, and builds trust. That's always what we're going for with every single piece of content. It's not random. It shouldn't be guesswork when you're going into that. And so now phase two, which I see a lot of people just skipping, a lot of people don't get here, is the lead nurturing through long form content, right? So a lot of people get the short form content. They get an editor, they post reels every now and then, and they think it's enough. And they might even be getting views, but they're not making much, conversions. They're not making much money. It's because these people don't know you enough, right? These people have just seen your 30-second reel. They might resonate enough to follow. They might like you. They might think, you have cool hair, but they don't know enough about your offer. They don't know if they really want to invest thousands and thousands of dollars into that. And so they simply don't know you. And that's why YouTube should become your secret weapon. And so the study that was done by Google that backs up this entire philosophy I was just talking about is something called the 7-11 4 rule. And so it basically breaks down that the average prospect and consumer needs to spend at least 7 hours consuming your content across 11 different touch points on 4 different platforms as well before even really considering to buy. Right. So the 7 hours of content, that's the face time that they need to have with you. That's why YouTube is so powerful, right? Because if you think about it, for creating, 10 to 45-second short form videos, how many of those videos does someone have to watch to get close to that 7 hours, right? Which is why YouTube is so much better when you can make 10 to 15 minutes like I am right now and spend more time with that person, giving that value, creating that reciprocity, but at the same time, walking through your entire sales process, showing those case studies, everything like that. Just everything that I've basically done in this video right now. Right. And so the 11 touch points, this is where it then goes into your content strategy, right? Having those winning different touch points, looking at what other people in your market, in your industry are doing, and seeing what touch points you want to throw into the mix of this content strategy. Because you can't just talk about everything. You can't just rinse and repeat the same topic every single time, or you become kind of bland, kind of a one-trick pony that doesn't really know much about the solution you're providing. So you have to have those different touch points. And so now, what to create, what this can look like is method breakdown videos, client case studies, behind the scenes content, lots of different types of content that, hit those different psychological triggers that someone needs to get another level of trust, right? To just kind of go up that ladder of trusting, knowing, and liking you more. And so number 3 is now conversion systems. And so this is what, a lot of people will have and just kind of jump straight to, right? Kind of expecting that, someone's just going to buy naturally, not really putting themselves in the prospect's shoes. A lot of people have this, but not this and not this. And they'll kind of expect to just be getting those sales, have people come to them, which is not really it's just not how humans work. It's not how psychology works. And so when it comes to these conversion systems, though, you want to have it seamless. You want to have a smooth process that's very frictionless. And ideally, you want to have, all of this do all the work for you. The marketing should do most of the work for you. So leads are coming to you pre-sold, and now they just need a simple way of booking that call, of opting into that sales process. And so now the system that turns content into book calls is a few different things, right? Can consist of, clear call to actions, right? Showing people what that next step is, DM scripts that work. And so if you have a setter and you have those inbound leads coming in, you need to have clear, DM scripts, good, appointment setting frameworks that really do work. And then you need to have a simple way to book calls, right? A simple calendar system, which is, pretty obvious. You can have CTAs in your short form, which can then follow up to that. Your CERT can be sending that out. A big place where I've seen success and my clients have seen success is actually putting that in the YouTube description. Because they just watched a long video and they're more likely to really book that call. They might even feel like they just spent, 15, 30 minutes on a call with you, even though it was really just a YouTube video that, took one 15-minute sitting to create, but, 4 hours or even 40 hours worth of people watching, went through all of that. And so you had all that FaceTime with people because you have that leverage. So now, something that might pop up in your head right now is this seems like a lot of work, right? And so the truth is, it honestly takes the same time as running ads. After you polish the ads, have them edited, have to have that headache of, every single day I'm, spending $30 on these ads. I need to review how they're doing. I need to update and change them. It honestly takes the same time as running ads. And it honestly takes less time when you actually have a team of people, when you stack more leverage into this process. It can really be fully hands off for you. It can get to the point where all that you do is really film content, right? You're the face of it. Just like people like Grant Cardone, Alex Hormozi, all these people don't spend very much time on content. They're just the face, and they sit down and they do it, and they have other people helping. And so the difference is, instead of paying for your leads, you build a long-term asset, right? And so like I was saying in the beginning of this video, when you're running ads, it's more of a short-term hit, just getting those leads. But when you build a personal brand and you have the respect of a big audience, you can pivot into really anything that you want, right? You can do a lot of different things. You can create multiple different products, and you can get these leads attention one time with one video, nurture them with more, and then sell infinite different products, right? Do multiple different things with them, because they're actually getting that reciprocity. You're actually building a real audience versus paid ads. You're just running paid traffic to one simple product, one simple conversion, one simple CK. And so now once set up, it works while you sleep if you set this up the right way, because there are multiple layers to this. And so if you want to implement this in your own business, if you've watched this entire video and it seems like something that could genuinely, help you out, you could benefit from this. I've completed a complete trust funnel breakdown. And so I'll link that video in the top right now, where I just basically go in more in depth about the current funnel that I'm running, how to build a content ecosystem, the way that we go about it. And so this basically has a few different things. And if you are a business owner or consultant, or you're selling an info product, or just generally a service-based business online, and you could benefit from, growing your personal brand, getting more leads, then what you could consider doing is booking a call below. I'll link it in the description, where you can speak directly to me and I can just basically audit what's going on right now and see if there's any room for optimization with your brand, with your business. And so overall, though, the market has shifted. Coaches are relying too heavily on ads, and they will inevitably continue to struggle. And so coaches building these trust funnels will have leads coming to them pre-sold. And so at the end of the day, the choice is yours. But I hope this video was valuable. If it was, drop a like, drop a subscribe. See you guys in the next video.